observation of resilient entrepreneurs is that they draw on strengths. And awareness of strengths is important, but also your vulnerabilities, because this can help you understand your capabilities and limits when dealing with change and uncertainty. And in order to achieve your purpose and your mission in life, it is essential to develop and enhance your character strengths that enable one to achieve one's set goals in an effective way. Your character strengths form the foundation of living out the purpose we just spoke about. Strengths align your purpose and your values and goals and help you navigate challenging times. They are said to be the gifts that you're born with and that can be applied at any given time throughout your life. Can you work on your strengths? Absolutely. And so I think let's just go to the next question. Identify your top character strengths. Which one best describes you? We'll start there.
Grace, I just have a question for clarification. If we talk character versus personality, because that might be a little bit confusing. And again, please share those character strengths in the chat with us.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about character strengths, the strengths that you are actually born with at this point.
Excellent. Yeah, so I think it's important for us to understand that our personality is the way we choose to behave as a result of values, character, etc.
Sure.
So one of my character strengths is authenticity. I'm very authentic as an individual. So please share again.
And then, of course, how did this strength help you navigate working and living through a challenging time? For example, COVID-19, but there are many other examples. So if you want to share that, please do. So identify your top 5 strengths, which one best describes you, and how did this strength help you navigate working and living through a challenging time? Harris says strengths are ideas and networks.
Anybody else who would like to share in the chat a character strength? You don't have to share all 5. And then maybe share how that strength helped you navigate, especially through one of your most recent examples, may it be our COVID-19 experience or any other experience. Brett, lateral, creative, agile, determined. Oh, Felix, sense of humor. I think
sense of humor.
That's yeah. Liesel, Marie, creativity, curiosity, authenticity. Naomi, being direct and able to connect with people, and
Beautiful.
Also acknowledging that there is a situation which is pressing at the moment and using others. She trusts that she's a sounding board, able to pivot. That's quite an important one. Oh, a lovely one here as well, Naomi, from, I apologize if I'm going to pronounce your name incorrectly, Nyelanyan. I tried, I apologize. So he says, Neil's okay, cool, thank you so much. That being present in the moment.
Yes, I saw that one, beautiful.
Yeah. Yes.
Also assertive.
Yes.
Relatable.
Lovely, yeah. Empathetic. Yeah.
Lovely,
Equality, lovely, brilliant.
Okay, maybe we can go on to the next question, Liesel. How can you help your team, if you're working with a team of people, to discover and develop their strengths? Because this is particularly useful in a time of crisis.
Grace and Liesel, I notice Guy Harris has raised his hand, so maybe we can let him share his thoughts.
Please, guys. Sorry, I can't see that.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. No sweat. Two things. One is, I like, just before we started answering the question, Grace said something that's so true. I think very often South Africans, because we've come from a very threatened society, and in fact, the whole world, because of threats, we tend to focus on our threats and our weaknesses, which are far more difficult to counter and correct than our strengths and opportunities, which are much easier to build on and leverage and exploit. So that's, I'm a very much a strengths and opportunities person. I don't need to elaborate on my own strengths, but thanks a lot.
Thank you. And that is the idea, of the resilient entrepreneur finds the balance between the weaknesses and strengths, but prioritizing the development and use of strengths as opposed to focusing on actually overcoming weaknesses. Yeah. So thank you for sharing.
Grace, sorry, just to interrupt again. I hope Craig and Liesl will capture the chat and distribute that. I don't know if you're recording.
It does. Yeah, we are recording, and it does get downloaded.
Feedback and encouragement.
Yeah, so we can include it. Yeah.
But maybe you can distribute the chat separately.
We can, sure.
Thanks. And the slides, if they don't follow Grace's documentation, maybe distribute the slides.
They will.
So we don't have to listen to everything. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, they will.
Sorry, I'll keep quiet now.
So
thank you very much.
On the team side, Brett says it's often easier for a third party to see strength, give feedback and encouragement to help your team discover their strengths. And Neil says, as I wanted to read Neil's feedback there, it popped up, finds it really hard to help my team stay in the present moment. Either they are in the analysis mode, always analyzing every action, or else in anxiety about their future. Yeah, some interesting things here, but sure. some patience and a lot of dependency on the Eisenhower matrix. And you'll see he's able to start pushing them to take things one step at a time. Every day is today first. Lovely.
Sure. Liesl, I also just want to comment on Naomi's one, which was about listening, I think it was, Naomi?
Correct.
And I think that's so important because we don't do enough of that, and especially during a crisis. We listen to ourselves and we don't listen to others who can, but we'll come to that as well. So